I think what we all take for granted is that we're able to jump and we're able to walk and we're able to bend, especially 3 times a day, davening Shemona Esrei, doing modim.
But certainly the concept of how we are put together is clear, that it is so complicated, yet so coordinated, yet so simple, yet so remarkable. It's clear that this is not a chance happening. It's clear that there is an obvious and clear direction of how we were created.
Essentially, Hashem put us together with 3 curves. The neck, or cervical, and lumbar are known as lordotic, and the thoracic is known as a kyphotic curve. And that allows us to have proper balance. Another fascinating thing that never ceases to amaze me is the fact that we have vertebral discs in between each of the vertebrae. The discs are not made up of bone, but they're made up of cartilage, which is the same thing our ears are made up of. Each one of these discs is composed of both a fibrous or hard part on the outside and a gelatinous or jelly part on the inside. And as we move and jump up and down, these discs allow us to articulate properly and to keep our spines in their proper balance. The disc together with the 2 vertebral bodies allow for the nerve window. And it's the nerve window, as it's wide open, allows for the spinal nerves to exit freely. There are about 100,000 nerve fibers, sort of like what we see in a telephone wire. If someone were to touch something that was hot, they don't have to stand there for 15 minutes to move their hand. Within a short interval of time, there is a signal that is sent from our finger to our brain, which tells us that it's hot, and we take our finger away. That's all due to the nerve fibers that exit and enter from the nerve into the spine, into our brain, and out. And this again is all through the wonders of Hashem. Halachically, you always want to start to sleep on your left side. And the reason for that, according to the Rambam, is because when you sleep on your left side, it allows our liver to be higher, which allows us to digest properly when we're sleeping. Then in the middle of the night, you turn to your right side, because your heart is on your left side. That allows your heart to be on top, which invigorates you to be able to get up in the morning and to say modim with a particular bounce. 4, the neck has a C curve. And if you sleep on more than one pillow, you're going to bring that curve out of its proper alignment, which in turn will put stress on the muscles. And those muscles here go from the upper trapezius region into this little bone called the mastoid, which is a small bone at the base of your skull. And that muscle allows you to turn your head from side to side. As long as our heels are balanced, then our knees are balanced. If our knees are balanced, then our hips are balanced. If our hips are balanced, then our low back, which radiates up into the middle as well as the upper back. And it's just, as I mentioned before, it just never ceases to amaze me that you can see the ingenuity of Hashem and how He put us together. We know when it comes to Sukkos and the Arba Minim, we're always taught about the essence of the lulav, and that the lulav represents our spine. And we hold the lulav straight with the spine facing us. And this is always an indication as to how upright we need to be in serving Hashem.
When somebody wants to have emunah, then everything that one sees in every day, it just supports that emunah, develops that emunah, strengthens that emunah, because you just see how a higher being, a Ribono Shel Olam, has to have put all of this together. This just cannot have been. It cannot have just become. This is something that has to have had a plan, has to have had a direction. This is not something that could have happened by happenstance. You just see that every day, and it just reinforces one's emunah when one sees that.